Welcome to another episode of Ryan in Real Estate. Buyers, the ball is in your court. Where have you been? You've been crying for months and years of no inventory. This episode of Ryan in Real Estate, we're going to talk about what you need to do as a buyer and why right now might be the perfect time to buy. 9 months ago, before this market shifted, you were like, how am I ever gonna be able to get a home? The minute a home comes on the market, 55 offers, waiving appraisals, waiving inspection periods, no chance. Well, things have changed. We've talked about this multiple times. Are we in a seller's market? Are we in a buyer's market? I did a video on if we are in one of those, check that out. But we are still technically in a seller's market, but there is so much inventory on the market right now. Check out this slide that shows you how much inventory has increased in the last few months. And I've gone into many other videos of why that's increased. But why is it the right time for you to possibly buy? You've been sitting on the sidelines of the game. Maybe you're tired, maybe you're exhausted, but coach, put them in because it's time. Here in Houston, Texas, it is time. Why? Number one, bidding wars are calming down. We're not seeing as many bidding wars as we had before. Now, part of that is that sellers are a little bit stingy on their price, interest rates have gone up, and buyers just aren't willing to pay for it. Maybe they're tired or whatever, but we're not seeing those bidding wars, so you've had that less competition. I did a video, by the way, sellers, I did a video on how to price your home. Make sure and check that one out as well. Bottom line is bidding wars are calming down. You're not gonna probably get into too many bidding wars unless it's like the most niche down house with gigantic backyard, pool, outdoor kitchen, all that. Everybody wants that, but if it's kind of a normal house, they're sitting more days on inventory than they have in the last few months. So that's another one. Number two is the return of contingencies. 9 months ago and before that, you would pretty much have to give your life away in ransom to be able to get someone to accept your offer. Waive the appraisal, no inspection period, close in 2 weeks, you have to have cash. Well, guess what? People are actually getting their homes accepted and still having to sell their home and getting that contingency accepted. I'm not saying that's gonna work every time, but it is happening more often here recently. We're also seeing option periods getting accepted. Most of those contracts are getting accepted to have an option period. Did you know that actually 95% of the homes that went under contract in the last month, the sellers reported that the buyers requested a home inspection, and that 67% of sellers negotiated with the buyers on repairs. So maybe that was one of the reasons you were thinking about backing out, was like, hey, I just can't buy a house if I can't do an inspection and know what's going on behind the walls, and I'm not willing just to waive that out. Well, guess what? They are willing to start negotiating with you. Number three is that sellers are actually offering buyers to help with their closing costs, or more importantly, buy down the rates that help you get that interest rate a little bit lower, which I can go into another episode of how you actually do that, but you can actually pay money to lower your interest rates. So if you're scared about interest rates, that's something you can do, talk to your lender, but we're seeing actually some sellers offer an incentive to help buyers do that. I mean, it is just literally a 180 in how it's turned, and you're actually, as a buyer, in a great opportunity to buy a home. Homes are going to continue to appreciate in price, not like we've seen in the last 2 years, but they are going to appreciate because the inventory historically is still pretty low. I did a video recently on that about what makes it a seller's market, but inventory is back enough for you to at least get back in the game, try it out. And if you haven't and you've been like scared off before, give us a call and we'd love to help you figure out if this is the right time. As always, whether you're a seller or you're a buyer, the importance is making a game plan. Whatever sport you're playing, game plans are required. I did a video a few weeks like this one here that talks about making a game plan. Whether you're a seller or buyer, you need to make one. And as a buyer, the ball's in your court. We'll see you next time. Ryan in Real Estate.